AM 560. The Answer.
Yeah, that's a listener, Squirrel, and he's talking about what is called transfer stamps after you sell your property. Not technically an exit tax unless, of course, you own the property. The thirst is insatiable. And what do they use to justify stealing your money and misappropriating? Well, they use anybody. They'll use the homeless, they'll use the illegal aliens, they'll use the indigent and the sick.
The rules don't start till 2027, but as soon as this summer, the federal government is going to start informing people that they might lose their coverage. Now, Illinois and Cook County health officials warn that the recent changes from the big, beautiful bill could cost as many as 400,000 Illinoisans their health care. And that's because...
See, that's how an Illinois propagandist reports the story. But the way it should be reported is that at least 400,000 illegitimate frauds are stealing Medicaid, are stealing Medicare, are stealing entitlements only meant for American citizens who paid into the system, whose generations have paid into the system, and you could still argue with it. But when you have the minutia of living through the traitor and thief, some call president, I just call him dimwit in diapers, Joe Biden, you understand how this plan was put in motion the day after they stole the election.
Authorization document to illegals just 5 months after they filed for asylum. That document allowed them to work while they waited to hear whether their asylum request had been accepted or denied. So they could work as an illegal, knowing it would take years before their case was heard. The Immigration Department mailed them a Social Security number. No interview, no proof of identity. Just put it in the mail. Here's your number. In 2021, DOJ says 270,000 new aliens were issued Social Security numbers, 590,000 in 2022, 964,000 in 2023, and 2.1 million in 24, right before Biden left office. DOJ also discovered that 1.3 million aliens are now receiving Medicaid.
Because of changes to work requirements that would make those folks potentially ineligible starting next year. So here's the thing. Local officials are warning Medicaid recipients to get their affairs in order now to make sure they're not caught in the crossfire. And they put up a website called MedicaidFacts.com to help people navigate these changes, because the date is sooner than you know it. In June, the federal government comes out with their specifics on these new work requirements. And this morning, Cook County Health CEO Dr. Eric Makaitis explained.
Quack! You're not a doctor, you're a quack. And by the way, you're ugly.
Who is at risk of losing their coverage?
Primarily individuals age 19 to 64 who don't have young children at home will be impacted by these policy changes. We're anticipating, the current estimates are about 400,000 people could potentially lose their Medicaid coverage just in Illinois.
Good. What the hell were you getting it for anyway? What is your problem, numbnuts? Didn't your mommy and daddy love you enough? You couldn't get a job? You stuck the heroin needle in your arm? Or did you fake a bad back, bad shoulder, bad knee, bad foot? What exactly is your major malfunction? And I say throw everybody off in every state, because if it's a Democrat running it, it's the same fracking scam.
There's two stats that we came across. Under Gavin Newsom, the state's population has declined by 0.2%. which is the first time that California's population has declined ever. But at the same time that the population declined, Medicaid spending doubled. And so you have the population going down and then the healthcare expenses under Medicaid doubling. And HHS.
And that's not even the best part, Squirrel. You know the best part in these Democrat dungholes? They give protection to the very drug addict, scumbag lowlifes that destroy not just our economy, but the quality of life. Like in Illinois. Did you know, Squirrel? These degenerate, bust-out drug addicts, lowlifes, and thieves, they can sleep anywhere. Anywhere! Let them sleep anywhere.
Sailor, thank you. Illinois could also change the acceptance rules at homeless shelters. Under the proposed HOME Act, a homeless shelter receiving government funding could no longer turn someone away based on sobriety alone. Matt Burgess from Home Sweet Home Ministries in Bloomington sees a few challenges, though. For example, he suggests accepting someone abusing opiates could make things harder for others trying to beat addiction, and often being under the influence doesn't play well with a group shelter environment.
For us, what it is, it's less about are they clean and sober. People that we've had to ask to leave the shelter, it's been because of disruptive behaviors and unsafe behavior.
Yeah, no kidding. So why don't you go to the forest preserve in River Forest? or go to the park in Oak Park. Get your homeless, degenerate, useless ass by the communists who support you and stay away from the decent people.